In this video, we're going over the new top 5 best guns to use here in Modern Warfare 3 Season 6. A lot of weapons received buffs as well as nerfs. It's time to change your class setups. So if you guys are excited, feel free, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. Let me know down in the comment section what is your favorite gun to use here in Modern Warfare 3 as of right now. For class setup number 1, we're taking a look at the MTZ-556. This is one of the best assault rifles to rock here in Season 6 after the STG-44 nerf. Now, for the first attachment, we are going to be rocking the good old quartermaster suppressor. This is a great attachment on the MTZ-556 to improve that recoil control and also take us off the radar. You can get by their spawn and build up a quick and easy streak. Now, I do recommend going ahead and running a barrel on this class setup as well, and you can't go wrong with the MTZ Clinch Pro barrel. This is a massive W, allowing us to extend that medium to long range performance with that improved bullet velocity, damage range, aim idle sway, and more firing aiming stability. This is a must equip attachment on this assault rifle. Now, for the underbarrel, I highly recommend going ahead and putting on the brand new paracord grip on this assault rifle. This is going to be a good attachment going ahead and smoothing out the recoil pattern, giving us no cons, as well as helping us out at those close to medium ranges with improved sprint to fire speed. This is a great attachment on this well-rounded assault rifle. Now, we are going to be jumping right over to the stock on the MTZ, and I do recommend putting on the MTZ Marauder stock, which is going to be bumping up that gun kick control and recoil control so we can be as accurate as possible, but still be able to take people out at those close medium ranges because we are not hindering that performance. Now, what you also want to do with this weapon is run an optic, and I love rocking the Jack glassless on any assault rifle or SMG that could be used at any and all ranges. It's going to be cleaning up that optic picture and obviously going ahead and removing a lot of that visual recoil and bumping up firing aiming stability. You cannot go wrong with this attachment. Once you go ahead and build this MTZ class setup, you're going to be incredibly happy because in the firing range, you're going to see that we have an AR that is going to have a respectable ADS, which you cannot accomplish on a lot of the weapons here. And we're also going to have very low recoil. Overall, a great build you can use both in Modern Warfare 3 as well as Warzone. Check this out right now. For the remainder of the class setup, I always recommend running the Vernetti, especially if you guys are playing multiplayer. The Jack Frosty Carbine kit is a massive W, transforming this pistol into a full-blown SMG. I always rock the 50-round drum on this secondary. I like to rock the SL Skeletal vertical grip. We are going to be utilizing the compensated flash hider, and we are also going to be taking advantage of the slate reflector for ease of use at those medium ranges. Now, do not forget to equip stem shot, munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers, the compression plate, as well as bone conduction headset, and the CCT comms vest, which is incredible, giving us a 24/7 UAV every time you kill somebody and run over their body. They're gonna drop a radar beacon, let you know exactly where everybody is at. I rock the same secondary, tactical, field upgrade, all the perks, and vest on all of my class setups. This is going to be an incredible MTZ-556 build. For class setup number 2, we're taking a look at the STG-44. I'm going to give you guys an updated setup you can run on this weapon after its nerf. The good thing about the STG-44, it is still a low recoil AR, so even though it can no longer 3-shot, we're going to be able to outgun players because of its recoil control. Now, for the muzzle, we are going to be utilizing the quartermaster suppressor. Again, this is going to be a great attach because we have the improved recoil control and gun kick, and obviously taking ourselves off the radar. Now, what we are also doing with this setup is running a barrel, and I do recommend going ahead and putting on the Bruin a Crux Heavy barrel. This is even more mandatory because of the nerf, so we can take advantage of more bullet velocity as well as damage range. Definitely have this on your class setup. I know a lot of people like to rock the short barrel. This is no longer an option because we do not want to go ahead and remove that bullet velocity and range because that also did get nerfed within this update. Now, for the underbarrel, you do have two choices here. You can either go ahead and put on the DR6 hand stop, or you can rock the paracord grip. In all reality, you can't go wrong with either or. If you want to run and gun more with this assault rifle, you can rock the DR6 hand stop and really take advantage of this weapon's handling. But if you want to have a lower recoil setup, the paracord grip is also a massive W here. Again, you can't go wrong with either or. Because I do like to run and gun, I'm gonna recommend the DR6 hand stop. This weapon is still going to have very, very low recoil. Now, we are going to be skipping over a lot of these attachments and jumping right over to the stock, and we're going to be rocking the DR79 combo stock, which is a massive W here. Remember, we need to make sure that we are as accurate as possible after the nerf, so we are taking advantage of more gun kick control, recoil control, as well as firing aiming stability. You can't go wrong with this on your STG-44 class setup. And then finally, we are going to utilize an optic on this build, and I do recommend putting on the Jack glasses. Just a great attachment to clean up the optic picture and allows to take people out very easily at those longer ranges. Let me go ahead and give this class setup a try, because once you go ahead and build it and jump into the firing range, you're going to see that we have an STG-44 build that's going to have a fast ADS as well as a fast sprint out speed, and still after the nerf we're gonna have a low recoil AR that is gonna be packing a punch. We can't get 3-shot kills anymore, but we're still gonna be outgunning players no matter where they are on the map. For the remainder of the build, we have on the same Renetti class hit like I rock on all of my builds, and we are all going to be running the stem shot, munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers, the compression plate, bone conduction headset, as well as the comms vest. You can't go wrong with this. Overall, a great STG-44 class setup after the nerf. For class setup number 3, we are rocking the good old SVA 545. This is going to be one of the better assault rifles this season. It did not get a nerf, so that's going to be a massive W. Now, for the muzzle, we are going to be going ahead and rocking the good old quartermaster suppressor. This is going to be the best muzzle to rock on your ARs this season. Now, what you also want to do is run a barrel on this build, and the SDV precision barrel is a massive W. This is going to be improving that aim idle sway, bullet velocity and range, gun kick control, as well as recoil control. You cannot go wrong with this barrel here. We're going to be allowing ourselves to use this weapon both in full auto as well as burst mode very, very easily. Now, for the underbarrel, we are going to be making some changes to this class setup because we are going to be returning to the Bruin heavy support grip. This is overall going to drastically smooth out that recoil pattern, giving us more firing aiming stability and recoil and gun kick control. You can't go wrong with this because we have a weapon that has a fast initial shot. We need to keep this weapon under control to get the fastest TTK possible. Now, what we're going to be doing is skipping over all these attachments and jumping right over to the stock. I do recommend going ahead and putting on the main V6 stock to drastically bump up more recoil as well as gun kick on the SVA 545. And then finally, we are going to be utilizing an optic here, and I do recommend running the Jack glasses. Again, overall, a solid optic no matter what weapon you are running to give us a clean optic picture and also remove a lot of that visual recoil. Once you go ahead and equip this and build this setup, you're going to be incredibly happy because we can rock this weapon either in full auto or burst mode and outgun everybody. We still have a fast ADS, which is incredible because we have nothing but recoil controlling on this class setup. You guys can see here, full auto, this weapon is going to be incredibly easy to use, and if you do cycle it over to the burst mode, we are going to have quite literally a zero recoil build you can rock at any and all ranges and get some crazy TTKs. Overall, one of the best ARs in the game as of right now after all the nerfs. And for the minute of the setup, we are still going to be utilizing the Renetti, same exact build, and we do have on stem shot, munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers, compression plate, bone conduction headset, as well as the comms vest. Overall, a massive W of a class setup. You cannot go wrong with the SVA 545. Now, for class setup number 4, we are returning to the Striker. The Striker is a top tier SMG after the static HV nerf. For the first attachment, we are going to be rocking, you guys guessed it, the quartermaster suppressor, the best muzzle to rock on all ARs and SMGs here in Modern Warfare 3. Now, we are going to be running a barrel on this build, and I do recommend putting on the Striker Recon long barrel. We are going to be rocking this to extend that range because we want to build the Striker kind of like an SMG AR hybrid. We have more bullet velocity and range and aim auto sway. You cannot go wrong with this attachment. Now, we are going to be running an underbarrel on this build, and I do recommend going ahead and rocking the paracord grip here. This is a great attachment on a lot of these submachine guns because they offer zero cons, and we are taking advantage of both medium range as well as longer ranges with this attachment, with that recoil control as well as sprint to fire speed. Overall, a great choice for your submachine guns. Now, we are going to run a magazine on the striker. I highly recommend getting the 48 round magazine unlocked. You do have to do 2 daily challenges to get this unlocked, so if you don't have it unlocked, get it done right now. It's season 6. Let's get it done. This is going to be a great attachment, allowing us to take people out very easily at closer ranges, especially if you do run into more than one player. We are going to be going ahead and running a rear grip on this build as well. We're not going to run a stock here. I do recommend putting on the Socken ZX script just to go ahead and bump up that recoil control, so this weapon is a lot easier to use at those medium longer ranges, because again, we are building an SMG AR hybrid with this submachine gun. Once you go ahead and equip this attachment and build this class setup in its entirety, you're gonna be very happy because we do have a submachine gun that's gonna be nasty at all ranges. We have a fast ADS here, a fast sprint out speed, and like all of my builds, you're gonna see that we have a submachine gun that's gonna have a low recoil as well as a fast TTK. That's the recipe to drop nukes here at Modern Warfare 3: low recoil and fast TTK. For the remainder of the setup, you guys guessed it, we still have on the Renetti same exact attachments, and we are going to be utilizing the stem shot, munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers, the compression plate, bone conduction headset, and the good old comms vest. The striker, don't sleep on it, one of the best SMGs to use as of right now after all of the nerfs we had in season 6. And finally, for class setup number 5, we are taking a look at the static HV. Even though this weapon received a nerf this season, it's still solid. I will be going over a lot of the buffed Modern Warfare 2 weapons at a later date, so stay tuned. Now, for the muzzle, we are going to be rocking, you guys guessed it, man, I don't even gotta say it, this is going to be a great attachment to improve that recoil control and take us off the radar. Now, we are going to rock a barrel on this build, and we are definitely going to have to rock the Garrote 8 long barrel to bump up that bullet velocity and range. That was nerfed on this SMG. This update, we need to have this so we are still competitive against some of the other SMGs that not get affected by the season 6 weapon buff and nerf update. Now, we are going to be going ahead and running an underbarrel, and I do recommend going ahead and putting on the paracord grip. Just like the striker, this is going to be a great attachment on any SMG, going ahead and buffing up that medium to long range performance without going ahead and giving us any cons. An absolute W. Now, everything else here is going to be skipped. Ammunition, we don't need that. Rear grip, we don't need that, but we are going to rock a stock, and the Spry 34 light stock is going to be a great choice, allowing us to have improved aim walking speed, sprint speed, movement speed, and aim down sight speed. We're going to be going ahead and jacking up that close and medium range performance so we can still run this SMG like an SMG. That's how it's intended. And then finally, we are going to run an optic on this build because the iron sights are very questionable with the recoil pattern, and the jack glasses is going to be the best choice here, giving us a precision optic picture and also removing a lot of that visual recoil and taking advantage of more firing aiming stability. Absolute W. Once you go ahead and build this setup, you're going to be very happy because in the firing range, the static HV is still going to have a fast ADS, and we are going to be taking advantage of low recoil and a fast TTK. Overall, a great setup here. This weapon did receive a nerf, like I said, but it is still a very valid submachine gun to be using here in season 6. Definitely check it out. For the remainder of the build, we are going to be rocking that good old Renetti, same exact attachments, and we do have on stem shot, munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers, the compression plate, bone conduction headset, as well as the good old comms vest. Definitely a great submachine gun. They're going to nerf it just like they do the Supri every single update, but it's still going to be solid. These are going to be the top 5 best guns to rock here in Modern Warfare 3 Season 6. If there are 2 weapons to check out right now, definitely go ahead and give the MTZ 556 a go, a very, very underrated assault rifle, and also definitely go ahead and use the SVA 545. This is going to be a good assault rifle to use at any and all ranges. And remember, I will be updating all of the Modern Warfare 2 weapons in a different video, so if you guys are excited for that, feel free, drop a like in the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications so you guys are staying up to date. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.